It has come to my attention lately that young people today don't know how to do shit.
South Park Pandaverse, I believe, was a wonderful satire uh, and pointing out in our society problems not only with Hollywood and entertainment, but the fact that Americans have become lazy, lazy, and lazy. And I thought that that takeaway reminded me of so many things in regards to use it was in the episode where the character was showing his kids how to use your cell phone to call a handyman. I It reminds me of our experiences in regards to doing handyman jobs here in town. You know, my cousins are all contractors, and I'm just an assistant. I help them out a couple times a week. I'm very grateful. I love the work. It's exciting to accomplish a task. I get to see as well the entitlement and just the worlds of the wealthy in regards to where they're at, because most of them are in the entertainment business here, and they either don't have the time or can't be bothered or just don't know how to use a screwdriver, how to drill a hole, how to hang a light or a mirror, etc., etc. This is also not a judgment, a condemnation. This is an observation, a slant commentary on what I see. So that really brilliant thing that they point out in this episode, I took it to the next level because I'm reminded of the Chris Rock essay from 2014, where he basically called LA a Mexican slave state in regards to how Mexicans, Latinos, really do everything for the industry, from cleaning, landscaping, everything that you can imagine manual labor being. It's the Latinos that keep the condos, mansions, and studios clean, running smooth, on time, and raising kids as well. And it's a really incredible essay that today still rings true. A new report came out that really Latinos on camera, on film, and even behind the camera are the lowest ever in 16 years. Now, let me put a pause on that because I want to go back to South Park. I want to go back to this whole idea of your interaction with people that do work for you, whether it is feeding you, picking your food, cooking for you, changing a tire, everything that you can think of here, and the greater part of, I would say, even the Southwest, the manual labor is done by Latinos. Now, if I was a studio exec, casting director, writer from the East Coast, not from California, not from the Southwest, my only interaction would be with these Latinos that I hire to help run my life and make sure if I have kids, their mouths are fed, they're being taken care of, and I got all my laundry done, and et cetera, as I am running the studio or casting or producing. Guys, that has been the subculture for decades in Hollywood. That has been the majority of these people from the East Coast, and yes, even Canada, writers, or just even all over the world that come into the business. Their experience with Latinos is that they're the hired hand. They have been the hired hand. And let me tell you another thing, as a person that does a lot of extra side jobs, because there's to me there's no such thing as side hustle money now. It's just all important. That system of Hollywood and its structure being completely 100 supported by raza is still there. It is humming. It is perfection. It is the wonderful nannies that run mansions to the landscapers, to the pool people, to the dog walkers, to what you can imagine it takes to make those places run, hum, and look beautiful. Raza. And again, this is not a condemnation of anyone on any side. It just is what it is. And that is shown as well in front of the camera. In fact, there's a large percentage in that new report as far as the portrayal of Latinos. 57% of the portrayal of Latinos are still criminals. Then 20 to 30 illegal immigrants. So, do you see the connection I'm making? I'm trying to make this argument that this is how it is. This is how Hollywood works in regards to Latinos. It's almost the people that are closest to you, the ones that love you and that take care of you the most, you take for granted. You maybe even find invisible. And I find it absolutely fascinating that this still exists because those said wonderful people who run your mansions, that do everything you can imagine, they have had children, generations now of children. Generations now of children. They're some of them are filmmakers, right? That's that whole thing, and it gets universal in regards to parents wanting a better life for their kids. That's why they do the work, and they work hard and they work beautifully and dignity 100%. But those kids are more American. So maybe they want to be in the business because they're so close in the business, and it is the hardest thing that you can do. Forget color. So the odds are against you, period. So I just find it fascinating that we got this report that just came out. Deadline: Hispanics and Latinos still invisible in Hollywood, a trend across 16 years. New study reveals. We're still talking about this crap. 57% criminals, 42% shown as violent criminals. Top billing were depicted as immigrants. And what we call this, kind of in between us, right? In between with raza is that raza porn or drug cartel porn. Yes, they're popular. Yes, they're hits, but it's like, okay, when can we just be also too like, cool people? It's better now. It's better now. But that was my takeaway from South Park this episode. I thought it was brilliantly done. Was a little long. And of course, everyone in these communities, that's the first thing that they did videos on, Kennedy's and the Marvel and all that stuff. I just saw, wow, they know. The only thing I would have changed in South Park is that all the handyman should have been Mexican. Fuck that. Because all the handyman in Hollywood are Mexican. So yeah, I was really it really provoked me to get my thoughts together, and it reminded me of the and I'll put the links in as well of the Chris Rock essay, blistering essay, and how LA has really become, he's in his words, a Mexican slave state, and as well as the new study that just came out. It just came out. Six sent it to me. Fletcher sent it to me. I will have that too for you as well. So the really quick flip side is I shared this information with Romy, and she's like, 10, 20 years ago, it was worse. The quality of work, the quality of auditions. We have come a long way. And yes, you're darn tootin'. You're absolutely right. We have come a long way. But the numbers are the numbers. And I just see this that's what's so wonderful, I think, about comedic satire comedy, is that it can provoke and open up so much discussion in so many ways. And as people who actually live here and are part of the business, that was my slant on this latest South Park episode.